Hey guys, welcome back to Side of Tech. My name is David, and in today's video we're going to be going over this monitor over here, the UL850 by LG. And shout out to you guys who noticed the brand new setup in the background. It took me a long time to put up these little foam pads here, so I just hope you guys appreciate the setup during this video, and let's hope you enjoy. So before we get started today, I just wanted to remind you guys to go ahead and subscribe down below. I really hope I get to earn your subscription today, and if you guys are interested in more tech, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Side of Tech. I go ahead and post up photos and videos of everyday tech items that I like to use. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and check it out. The LG UL850 is a 4K 27-inch IPS monitor that covers 99% of the sRGB color gamut. And it also gets plenty bright at 400 nits of brightness and also uses HDR10. I've had the monitor for the last 2 years, and I can tell you from first-hand experience, this is the best monitor that you can get at this price point if you really want to step up your monitor game. I love using the monitor for productivity purposes like video editing, but also I really love using the monitor for gaming. I've been playing a lot of single player games lately, like Red Dead Redemption 2, and also Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And you guys all know these games are colossal and take forever to finish, but this monitor running at 60 Hz really makes the experience very pleasant. Now don't get me wrong, I love my fix of multiplayer games. So lately I've been playing a little bit of Apex Legends and also some Modern Warfare, and this monitor still does great even at 60 Hz. Now the response time of the monitor is 5 milliseconds, which isn't great, but also this monitor is not a dedicated gaming monitor, so I think it's fine. And all of my fellow AMD graphics card holders, this monitor has AMD FreeSync. All you have to do is hook it up through HDMI and DisplayPort, and it runs perfectly. And speaking of ports, the monitor has a lot of options for you if you really want to hook this thing up. Let's list them all, shall we? We have a USB-C port that allows 4K data transfer and also charges devices up to 60 watts through power delivery. We also have a DisplayPort version 1.4, 2 HDMI ports version 2.0, and also 2 USB-A ports that are version 3.0 that are downstream only, meaning that something needs to be plugged into the USB-C port in order for them to power on. So the monitor retails for $549.99, but it constantly goes on sale, just like what you can see here on the LG official website. It's going for $450 at the making of this video. You can also find decent prices on Amazon, and also you can find the previous version, the UK850, for even less. The UL850 also has a more recent version called the UN850. And as far as my research goes for comparing the two monitors together, there's not really a difference. I noticed that the more recent version, the UN850, just has a VESA certification, and as far as I can see, that's the only thing that differentiates them between each other. So my recommendation is just to buy whatever is cheaper, whether that's the UK850, the UL850, or the UN850. I'll go ahead and link everything down in the description below. That way you guys can decide on what monitor you want, but just know that the differences between the UL850 and the UN850 are very nominal, and you really can't go wrong with either one. And guys, I'm gonna toss in a little freebie here. We're gonna talk about the Amazon Basics monitor arm. I recently upgraded to this monitor arm from a Vivo monitor arm, so the difference in quality is pretty substantial. So the monitor arm lets you change the position in all kinds of ways. It can go up and down, left and right, and the tilt mechanism can change the position of the screen and can tilt up and down, and you can also fully rotate it into portrait style. So the arm includes 2 cable ties for cable management at the top, but I went ahead and replaced those with 2 Velcro ties. The rest of the cables get tucked into a flap on the bottom of the arm. The Amazon Basics arm can fit 100 by 100 millimeter or 75 by 75 millimeter. Since the UL850 is 100 by 100 millimeter, this is a perfect fit. Lastly, I wanted to cover the monitor arm's weight capacity, which is 25 pounds. Since Since the UL850 weighs about 10 pounds without the included monitor stand, the arm is a perfect fit for it. So you don't have to worry about the monitor falling or drooping, or the monitor wobbling too much when using a cheaper arm. Now that I've covered the main features of the monitor and I went over the Amazon Basics monitor stand, let's move on to my final talking points. With any monitor that's priced around this range, there has to be a couple of cons, right? Let me share a few cons that I've had over the past 2 years with this monitor, and let's see if it applies to yourself. One of the biggest cons that I have is the charging brick of the monitor. It's way too big. It takes up way too much space in my cable management system, and if LG can somehow shrink the power brick or maybe even build it into the display itself, I think that would be a huge benefit. Next is the build quality of the display. The plastic used on the monitor isn't the highest quality, but this is more of an aesthetic gripe that I have with the monitor and doesn't at all interfere with the functionality of the monitor itself. And the last con I want to go over is the backlight bleed that some of the panels have. I myself got really lucky that this panel does not have significant backlight bleed in any one of the corners, but I have heard horror stories of people getting completely ruined panels to the point that they had to return them or they had to send it into LG. This is not a common occurrence, so just be on the lookout for it, but don't be too paranoid about it. So guys, my closing thoughts on the monitor is that I really love the picture. I really love the value that you get. I mean, I've been using this monitor for the last 2 years and it still hasn't let me down. Do I wish that the HDMI was 2.1? Do I wish that the materials were a higher quality? I do, but for around $400, you really cannot beat the value of this product. It does everything else you need and more, and I can tell you from a personal experience, this thing has been a pleasure to use ever since I got it. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate you guys subscribing and commenting and just interacting with me whenever I post these videos. It really helps out the channel. And also again, don't forget to check me out at Side of Tech on Instagram. I'm trying to post a lot more frequently, so go ahead and give me a follow and just check out everything that I have to post on there. And for those of you who stuck around to the end of the video, I have a little bit of a surprise for you guys, so just give me 1 sec. Oh yeah. Bye guys.